Alright, hi guys. So the BeReal notification for today has just gone off. And it got me thinking, because I've been doing BeReal pretty much every day since I got told about it a few years ago by one of my friends. Just because I think it's quite fun. And it's a nice little thing to do, and there's not too much effort involved. But something that I have noticed the last year or two, it has very, very much changed, and not for the better, because the whole point of BeReal when it started was to do as the name says, to be real. The idea was there would be no filters, anything like that. It would be you get 2 minutes from when the notification happens in the day, and you have to post then, or you're late. I can't remember if there are any actual consequences, or if you couldn't do it if you missed 2 minutes or not. I'm not sure. But also, yeah, there were no filters, there were no ads. There just wasn't really much of anything, but that was kind of the point, because it was meant to be unfiltered and simple and basic, and just a photo from the front camera and a photo from the rear camera, and that was it. And you could follow people, you could see other people's BeReals, but you just had your own friends list, and that was it basically. And I really liked the idea of this. I thought it was awesome, because I am one of those people that does think social media is very, very much going downhill, as it has been for a long time, in the sense that there are loads of ads, and people feel the need to add filters to everything and make it seem more artificial than it actually is. And then also you have brands all over the place, and you're not seeing the same stuff in your feed as you want to, because you're being overrun by brands and adverts and all of this nonsense that you don't actually want to see. And so by posting the stuff that's real instead of just the highlights, it sounded great. But since then, at various points in time, I've not really kept track of what order they've been happening in, but BeReal now has ads, which some of them are really, really annoying, because they're heavily disguised as regular BeReals. So it'll be a portrait photo of a person smiling, posing for a selfie, and then the other one will be a photo of a landscape or of something happening, or anything like that. And it makes you think it's a real BeReal, and you start thinking, oh, who's that? But then you realize, no, it's just a fucking advert, which is really, really, really annoying. I hate that. Also, there are brand accounts now, and celebrity accounts or stuff like that, and you can follow people that you don't know, which seems a bit stupid. And they're doing all of this stuff with the memories and the recap and all of that, which is just unnecessary, because the whole point of it was to not be that stuff. And so I don't know how they could still be using the name BeReal when they're literally not. They said themselves in the app when I downloaded it before, and in the description or whatever on the Play Store, they said the whole point was to not have ads and not have celebrity accounts and any of that intrusive stuff, and it would just be so basic. There would be basically nothing to do on it. That was one of the points. It was a social media that you wouldn't get hooked into spending all day on, because there would be literally nothing to do. You'd scroll for 10 seconds, see your friends' BeReals, and that would be it. But it's not that anymore, because there's all this junk cluttering it up. And I'm really baffled as to how they've ended up making those decisions, when the whole ethos of the company was not that. It was the complete opposite of that. So yeah, I am still going to do BeReal, because I do find it fun, and I can put up with it, because it's not that bad. I'm sure it'll inevitably get worse, and one day I'll stop doing it, but that day hasn't come yet. But yeah, that's about it for me today. Rant over. See you tomorrow.